Can you hear me? Please let me know that you can hear me. Oh my good days. It has been a weekend. Do, 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 do. Can you hear me? Let me know that you can hear me, and then I will start the conversation. Oh, is there ads? Oh, great, Celia, you can hear me. Fantastic. Hello, good evening, everybody. Hope we're well. Oh, my dear. Oh, great stuff. Right, just first things first, I did put a post out on my community page earlier. If you've seen the news, you'll see that my town has been in the news. There's been some protests and all kinds of stuff going on. We are safe. We are all of us safe. We are about 3 to 4 miles away from where it's all happening, in a quiet part of town. We have heard a few sirens and things and the helicopters buzzing about, but we are all okay. So just so that you guys all know. My stepdad was here earlier on for his dinner, but luckily it didn't go anywhere near where this was all going on. The closest we got was when Andy dropped his children back home, but again, not too close and no issues there. So yeah, everything is all good. Let's just quickly run through who we've got in the chat. Excuse me. Hi to Anna Karen, Celia, Brittany, Patsy, Ebony, Silver Stitches, Sandy, Katinka. I think that's everybody. Yeah. So Silver Stitches, it's in relation to the lives that were lost in Southport earlier this week. And it just sort of just seems to have, what have I done here? It just seems to have kind of escalated. And, you know, we've got a hotel that's not far away from me where there are some people who are here in the UK seeking asylum, and they've, you know, they shall we say the less educated amongst us think that it's all to do with asylum seekers that these young girls' life was taken, and that is simply not the case. Anybody with half a brain would know that, but there have been protests going on up and down the country. Now, I defend anybody's right to a peaceful protest, but there's been nothing peaceful about what's been going on. It's been absolutely awful. And at the moment, we have a hotel not far away from me with probably a couple of hundred individuals in it who are absolutely terrified right now. Every police officer in South Yorkshire is there, and nobody's doing anything else. So, you know, nobody's doing any other police work. So, yeah. It's interesting times, shall we say. Interesting times. Anyhow, on with the stitching. Yeah, we're all safe. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Kashi. Good evening to you both. It's not good when these things happen. I mean, we understand that, you know, tensions run high and feelings run high, and people will do what people will do. But, you know, to say it was a peaceful protest, they were peacefully breaking windows, peacefully setting fire to things, peacefully throwing missiles at policemen. You know, irony. Where's the peace in that? You know, I mean, and my hat goes off to every member of our emergency services that are there currently attending, because they're putting themselves in untold danger right now. So I am stitching on my night cafe tonight. I have moved the frame back over to the left side. I'll show you on the mock-up whereabouts I am. Just bear with me 2 ticks. So just started a new block as well. Let me just show you the mock-up. So on the mock-up, I've been sort of in this part of the cafe sign, but it's a big blob of black and dark colours. So I've moved back over to the left, and I'm kind of here now. So we're just gonna get in a few good stitches. We are 1,200 so far today. So yeah, it's going quite well. Hi Leslie. Yes, Patsy, agree. There are jobs everywhere, unfortunately. Lauren came out with a cracking name for them, the UC Army, because, you know, they're the kind of people that have nothing better to do with their day. They probably don't work. They have nothing better to do with their day than go around smashing things up. But there we go. So, yeah. All good fun, not. There's always been thugs and idiots. Yeah, unfortunately, it is part of the makeup of this country. Prime Minister's come out, interrupted his Sunday dinner to say, basically, you know, if you're a part of this, you will be punished. But there has to be balance. And from what I saw, some of the people actually within the hotel were going on things like TikTok, and they were actually not behaving terribly well either. So one would hope that they will also see the consequence of their action to keep it very balanced. It has to be. We have to be balanced, don't we? But there we go. Such is life. Anyway, what are we all stitching on, everybody? So I've got my night cafe going on. What have you all got out today? And did you see our lovely Karen Needlebugs finish yesterday? Absolutely superb. Fred looks wonderful. She did change up the time ever so slightly, though. I did notice. It's a good job I didn't put a time on my community post. So. Is Lindsay in tonight, the Elvin Stitchery? Are you here, Lindsay? Do let me know. And if you guys aren't subscribed to her, then you should pop over and subscribe to Lindsay, the Elvin Stitchery. She put up another one of her monthly vlogs today, and it was fantastic. Let's see. Silver Stitches, too much pain to stitch. Oh, dear. Cheryl is working on a Disney cross-stitch. Daydream for Sandy. 49.49. Nearly at the 50%. Katinka, the little cake shop. Hi, Caroline. Good to be here with all of fellow stitchers. And you too. Let us know what you're working on, Caroline. Celia is working on Mountain Cabin. Max Colour by Dominic Davidson. Brittany, a restart of Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Patsy's still on Hogsmeade. There's a lot of stitching in these little ones. 23,000 something in each one. If they are the same size as my Lord of the Rings ones. Cashie's not stitching. Some hair cutting to do. Oh, I think I'll be seconded for that in a few weeks, won't I, love?
For me?
Yeah.
Probably, yes.
And Anna Karen is getting busy on some cosmic marbles. Cassie, no worries at all. Hope everything goes well. Just don't be watching a sporting event or anything like that and jump and cheer just as you're cutting. You'll be fine. But yeah, catch up on replay. It'll be there. It's been lovely to see you. So yeah. I am back at work. I just did some overtime yesterday and some overtime today, and I'm back at work proper tomorrow. And you know what? It's funny because my bug was kind of thinking about taking a holiday this week because I had that model stitch to do, which I'm still doing. White on white stitches on white linen 2/2, kicking my butt, I'm not gonna lie. And since yesterday, all I've wanted to do is stitch. So yeah, what have I done here? Oh, you silly Billy.
What have you done?
I've done a stitch where I didn't need to do a stitch.
Well, you're daft. Aren't you?
Right.
Right.
Hi Esther, working on nature sampler. Lovely. 22,528. Wow, it's close enough. 23,000 is not far away, is it? And 33%. That's great. Doing a super job there, Patsy. That sounds awfully difficult. I've been told by my stitcher parents not to work on black. Yeah. Black actually isn't so bad because you can put a white towel on your knee and you can see the holes. But white on white linen, I don't tend to have anything. I don't know. I haven't got a single project of mine on linen, and this white linen that I've got, it's got quite a lot of slubs in it. So and of course I'm used to stitching 1/1 on white even weave. To go 2/2, I have to think about it. So it's giving me a rare headache this week. Other advice my dad has given me is not to attempt a Teresa Wentzler, which is a shame because I love her artwork. Never done one, but it's my understanding that they are not the easiest things in the world. Like, what's that other one? It's not the easiest one in the world. A couple of people I know have got pieces of hers ongoing. The London scene with St. Paul's on it. Stitcher Witch has got it, and Dizzy Stitcher. Come on, what's the name of that piece? Who did it? London by London. Tier Governor, thank you. Thank you, Tier Governor. I understand that they are not the easiest pieces either. Have I got much left to do? I am more than halfway through the model stitch at the minute, but I am over the part where the white is, where the problem area is. So I'm happy about that. There's a lot of edging and outlining to do. There's about 6,500 in the whole piece, and some back stitch. But as I said, because I'm now over the hump with the white, you know, the other bits are going to be much easier, we hope. I've got Catherine coming in via Facebook. No, that's Andy. Catherine has sent me a photo. Hi, Catherine. Lovely to see you. I know you've not been about for a little while because you've been busy working on Fergus. Fergus the cow. It's been a few weeks, but I'm happy to catch you live. Hi to all. Getting ready to see what Mother Nature has in the works for us here in the south. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, fingers crossed, ladies, it will be smooth sailing. I got in a fair bit on it last night, which I was quite happy with. And it's one of those pieces I just have to keep plugging away at it, and eventually it will finish. Hi, Mum and Pop. LL. Hello from 29 degrees C, Nova Scotia. Caroline is currently working on Together We Stand. Haid. Silver Stitches. I should really be writing or cross-stitching, but I'm chatting instead. You do what makes you happy. Absolutely do what happy. Hi, Kelly. How is your little dog, Mum and Pop? How is Sophie? Saw her yesterday on the stream. She looked nice and comfy. How's she doing today? Is she any better? I hope she's picking up. It's actually been a bit cooler here today. We had quite a warm week, but then again, the rain's come this weekend, which has been annoying, to say the least, because I did want to get out in the garden. I did intend to get out in the garden, but no, didn't happen. Do I make quilts? No, I just like to watch them. And I was introduced to Mum and Pop's quilt shop by the lovely Laurie. And they do some stitching over there as well, a couple of live streams. And yesterday there was a bag tutorial, quilting bag, which was fantastic to watch. Yeah, it's a couple of hours where you can just sort of sit and have it, listen to it, and it's just so nice. Don't know why I didn't find you before. Gail, hi Gail. Stitching on Long Dog's pointed fifth. Kelly, I wanted to visit with you, Nicola, and my stitchy friends for a little while. Ah, that's lovely. She's always very welcome here. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, managed to get some pumpkin into her and a couple of treats. Wish she'd drink water. If it's still really hot, will she have like some? Will she have some ice? Will she sort of lick an ice cube or anything like that? Or I mean, I had greyhounds and they used to love iced fruit treats. So maybe that might be worth a shot. Hi Gail. Patsy, yes, it's been nice for the past couple of days here, but it's pouring now. Yeah, it's looking very gloomy here again. Kelly's going to start the polar bear free chart from Owl Forest soon. Laura Lynn sent me down a rabbit hole of a website. Oh dear. Same, I wonder why I didn't find you before. I thank Laurie Clark for sharing her love of creative people. Yep. Yeah, Laurie's lovely. I've got her on Facebook, and she was saying on my stream about how I should come and watch. And I'm like, yeah, just send me the details, and I'll join in. I'll quite happily, But this Tuesday, I am in the office this week, and your live stream will be going on while I'm in the office and while I'm traveling. So I will have to catch it on replay this week, which will be a bit of a shame, but still, hey, I get to watch it on replay, right? I like Owl Forest, but not sure if I would ever do any, although the fox reminds me of fantastic Mr. Fox. I've never stitched an Owl Forest. James, PH Stitcher, I think he does quite a lot of Owl Forests. And I saw a few from the retreat this week as well. A few Owl Forests kicking about, that people have been stitching on the retreat. I was at last weekend, so. Okay. Hi, Joanne. I think it was you that messaged me on Instagram. Did you get my message back? I I thought that 2 silver stitches. I got the brown bears with the red sweaters. These our forests sound lovely. I've had the pleasure to hang out with her twice. Laurie's amazing, such good fun to hang out with. Yeah, super lady. I have such a, do you know what, I feel, you know, that I have such a lovely group of people that come and join me on these lives. It's truly, it's lovely. And we all talk to each other as well. It's great. I've had the, thank you, Anne, welcome in. Oh, yes, that was your great stuff. So, yeah, I just gave a little update earlier. It's about 4 miles away from me where the problems really are, but we're quite safe. I've heard a few sirens, and, you know, some people are acting like absolute idiots. But, you know, fortunately, they are not disturbing our lives here. So yeah, it's all good. Am I doing this in tent stitch? Yes, I am. This is 2/1 tent stitch for this one, because it's 991,008 stitches, and I figured that tenting might just be a little faster than full crosses. It's probably not. But hey, it's, you know, a piece in tent stitch. Had to go to the doctor last week. Turns out I have bronchitis. Just have to keep it till it's better. Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that, Patsy. You do make sure that you look after yourself, won't you? How is my eye? Any better? Yes, much better. Thank you, Gail. I had it a few years ago. It was an allergic reaction to something. Now, this could be anything. I was talking to I had my hair cut yesterday, and I was talking to the hairdresser about it. And she actually pointed out it could even have been from when I went to the big stitch, because it was a building I'd not been in for a long time. And it could have been that there was something in the air that, you know, it's an old steelworks that the building was in. It could have been something in the air that just didn't agree with me, you know. But yeah, it went down after a couple of days, and I look less like Rocky. Because I really did look like Rocky, you know, at the end of Rocky when he's going, Adrian. Yeah, that was my eye on Monday. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I did kind of, in a way, I struggled to see. My eye got very tired very quickly, and it was because I was having to do, you know, to sort of keep my eye open by raising my eyebrows, which is quite tiring, actually. But yeah, some antihistamines, and I was right as. So I could not do tent stitch. Muscle memory would make me finish the cross. Yeah. And that, to my literal mind, it's called cross stitch for a reason. Yeah. I've had probably a couple of moments in here where I have done the full cross. But I have to do my tent stitch this way, because otherwise I will get lost. So it's snake method, and it's stitch by stitch, because otherwise I will get lost. I tried doing tent stitch, but find it really confusing and end up all over the place. Yeah. Kelly, I would thought the same. I think tent stitch looks fine, but I'd mess it up for sure. Yeah. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Nicola. Got company, and we ate in the pool. Oh, have a great sit. Thank you, Laurie. Lovely to see you. Thanks for dropping in. And have fun. Hi, Adria. How are you? Another lovely lot of you in tonight. Oh, I feel all warm fuzzy. Good, thanks. Hope you are too. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm absolutely fine. Looking at, just looking into what's coming up this week, really. I think I'm going back to a busy time again at work, but I'll think about that in the morning, eh? Yes, my Sunday nights, I just really, really love my Sunday nights. I love my Wednesdays too, don't get me wrong. But for me, this is just the way, isn't it, to round off the week. AJ, yeah, never worry about work until I get there, yeah. Well, I'm working from home tomorrow, office Tuesday, because I've got to train somebody in one of our jobs on Tuesday. And then I'm in at the working from home for the rest of the week. Oh, by the way. Oh, hi, Naomi. Grab supersized Max Colour Stitching Shelf for stitching chat. Great stuff. By the way, if you haven't seen Facebook, if you're not on my Facebook, then you may not know. But you all know about my weight loss. Well, I went to my swimming class on Thursday, and not only did I lose 1.5 pounds, which takes me to 6 stone, 10.5 pounds, or hang on, what's 6 times 14? 84, or 94.5 pounds. I also came away with the Woman of the Year award. Woohoo! Had my picture taken and everything. So I got flowers, I got a sash, I got stickers and a certificate and all the rest of it, all that jazz. I'll have to pop a picture up in my floss tube, because I'm doing filming my floss tube tomorrow, so I'll ask Andy to pop the picture up in my floss tube. So yeah, I'm super duper pleased with that Woman of the Year. And because of the way I am now, I can actually go forward into the national competition, because they will be doing this. This is something that does go national. So you never know. I could be winning a big prize or something. I don't know. I might end up in a magazine, have a makeover, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, how very.
So, yeah. I was really, really pleased. And, I mean, and the ladies and gents who are in my slimming group nominated me, and it went to a vote. So it wasn't just, somebody picked it up out of a hat. It was, a proper vote. So, and I was just like, yeah. But yeah, because obviously I've lost such a lot now. I saw the picture and I was like, my own picture, and I was kind of blown away by it, because the one thing you don't realize when you've lost weight is that you've lost weight, because you're the last person to see it. Andy's obviously seen it, the girls have seen it, Especially like when I went out shopping this week and I had to buy a new bra because I've lost 4 inches from around my back size, and I had to go and buy some new underclothes too because everything was getting a little bit big, and I had to sort out my wardrobe, and I got rid of such a lot of clothes. So, but yeah, I was absolutely delighted, and the lady who runs the group, you know, she was like, yeah, well, you know, you've done an amazing job, so, you know, this is your time. You know, and it is. You know, I've worked for it. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in the next few weeks. But I have £14 left to get to my goal. And then, you know, start the next phase, which is the maintenance phase. You know, we've done all the hard work, we've done the weight loss. Now let's actually start the proper work of keeping it off, which I fully intend to do. I mean, I've had my hiccups before, but there's no reason why I can't keep the weight off, because I seem to have now fully adopted the healthier lifestyle. I was saying in group, I have no idea when I've run out of bread or butter, you know, or any of the foods that I no longer eat, because they're just, I don't even think about them. There you go. Oh my days, excuse me. A few bits. Did I get my cones sorted out? Nope. My tiredness from my eye meant something had to give. I'm hoping to try and, oh, come on, don't be silly. Come on. Sorry, it's gone all blurry. Bear with me. I'm hoping to try and get that sorted out, get them sorted out during the week, if I can, this week. Let me just do the old camera switch. There we go. There we go. That's better. Kelly, hubby and I will be organising the trailer or caravan for the Ritz this coming week because we're heading down to the river on Friday to go camping. Brilliant. Did I enjoy my week off? Yes, apart from my eye, it just made me a little bit tired. No worries, Kelly. You go eat. No problem at all. I've had my Freddo this evening. I had it just before I opened my live, so. That goes out of the way. Oh, excuse me. So we've had Andy's children here this weekend, so it's been a busy week with a few bits that I had going on and then rounding it off with them. And it rained all weekend, so we couldn't really do much. Is that one of my alloweds? Yes, it is. I am allowed up to 15 sin, the value of 15 sins per day, and a Freddo is 5. Oh, Ebony. Oh, dear. Back to basics. Count everything, diarise everything, drink plenty of fluid. So the way it works is there are foods that you can have in unlimited quantities. There are some foods that you have in limited quantities. I don't know about Weight Watchers, but certainly in Slimming World. And some foods which you should avoid unless you have an allowance, the sin allowance, between 5 and 15 a day. So anything that you have that's not on the approved list should be within that allowance. So it's all about balance more than anything. But, you know, I mean, I have such a mindset now that I'm not going and straying from what I should be having. You know, I'm not really having an issue with it. I was gutted it's made me really struggle. Oh, Ebony, you know, you can always reach out to me on Facebook. You can always have a chat. I can offer you some tips and things. But, you know, biggest one is always look forward and never look back. And even though it may be emotional, try not to eat them. Because my philosophy is, if food isn't the problem, if hunger's not the problem, then food isn't the answer. So, you know, I mean, I've for the last year, I've just sort of turned my back, because I'm a very emotional eater. Completely turned my back on it. Because I had to. Otherwise, I would have just carried on and I got bigger and bigger. But, you know, draw a line. This week, positive mindset. You know, make sure you're drinking enough. Make sure you're having enough speed food. Counting your sins, counting your healthy extras. You'll be fine. Diarising things helps too. I mean, I did what's called an SAS week, which is Slimmers Against Sabotage, because things was kind of slowing down. And I was like, I just don't get it. Why are they slowing down? And when I did that, because I haven't really sort of diarised since the very beginning, it was eye-opening. And I was like, whoa, when did that creep in? I'm also an emotional eater, so my mood dictates how I eat, which is something I'm striving to change. Yeah. It can do, Ebony, it can. I mean, it's getting a grip on, to quote, I watch a lot of My £600 Life. I've told you guys this before. And to quote the doctor on there, you have to work out what it is that's driving you to eat. And for me, it was pure emotions. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't do that. Because if I do that, if I just don't deal with things in a different way, I will fail. So now I deal with my emotions differently. I might do a bit of angry tidying up or wash a sink full of pots. So, you know, just not speak to anybody for a day. I've done that before. Absolutely agree, Sandy. Keep going, Ebony. You can do it. Just remember, you've got people behind you. People who are willing you on to succeed. Absolutely nobody is, you know, is not sending you those positive vibes. But yes, we will, you know, you can always reach out to me in a PM and say, look, I'm really struggling. What would you suggest? Or I'm really bored, or I want to eat. What can I have? You know, just you reach out. I'll give you some ideas. No problem at all. You're not alone. Yes, keep having that determination, and you will. Maybe you'll be the woman of the year next year, eh? Lol, I'm sure Handy loves that. He'll ask me, am I okay? And I'll just go, yes. But yeah, I mean, Andy knows that if I'm not speaking, it's not because I've fallen out with him. He knows it's because I'm dealing with something in my head. Don't you, love?
Most of the time.
Yeah, he still asks from time to time just a bit of reassurance, but yeah. But I think he enjoys the peace and quiet.
Not saying a word.
Not saying a word.
Into trouble.
It won't get you into trouble. So Silver Stitches asks, how is Andy? Andy, how are you?
I'm just doing some washing, so I'm kind of busy at the minute, but I'm all right.
Yeah, just sorting out a pile of washing and hanging up my lovely new dress.
That was on your Decor video, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one I wore on my Gecko video, yeah. Well, my 12 plan starts video. Very wise, Andy, to not say a word, yeah. You okay, dear?
Yeah.
Are you warm?
Yeah, not as bad as I have been.
Do, 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, apparently it's going to be 25 degrees tomorrow, 4 degrees warmer than today. Doesn't say anything about rain, though.
Maybe I can answer that.
It's warm here in Wales. Yeah, it's about 18 here at the moment. It's cooled down quite a lot because of the rain. I am, you know, the rain has been an absolute pain in the neck. And the weathermen are like, oh no, it's not going to rain. Yeah, it's raining when we wake up. You've got a good husband like I have. Yeah, Andy's brilliant.
Oh no.
Yes, you are.
Oh no.
Hey, you are. Hush them hush. Yeah.
No, it's not going to rain soon.
Hey. You might actually see a bit of summer again then. I'm absolutely loving these charts. I think I'll do them all back to back. No responsibility is accepted, though, Patsy, because, you know. I take it you've bookmarked that website, though, now. They're such easy stitches, aren't they, as well? They've not got many colours and, you know, they're charted incredibly well. I live with my brother and he does most of the housework as I can really motivate myself to do things, even things I love. Sometimes I feel useless. Me and Andy have something similar. He does the majority of the housework and things because I work full time and Andy works part time. You know, I mean, to be fair, I don't know how to work the washing machine. I certainly don't know how to work the tumble dryer. I do cook, but we kind of take it in turns with the cooking, don't we?
Yeah.
Certainly I like to cook Sunday dinner. I cook on a Monday, I cook on a Tuesday. I do the shopping. Andy does things like emptying the bins and things, and, you know, we kind of sort of share other bits and bobs, but, you know, he does the vast majority. Is he calling you a liar, brave man? Yeah, very brave. Oh, yeah, it's been on a few times. We're talking about Country Magic Stitch silver stitches. The Lord of the Rings travel poster series that I did. That website has like Harry Potter charts and Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe and Lord of the Rings and stuff. Some movie posters and a few other odds and sods. And I'm not accepting responsibility for how much Patsy spent. By the way, Patsy, I am still waiting for an email from you with an image. Well, I was going to stitch, but my tablet quit working. Oh no. Can't even get to turn on. Got the power lead in, Caroline? And sometimes holding down the power and the volume button does the trick. It's most frustrating when that happens. Oh shoot, yes, forgot again to dig it out after your live. Yep, do. Send it to my Stitch Pics email. And how big you want it and what count you're planning on stitching it on. And we will do as necessary. Oh dear. Yeah, Caroline, just try holding down the volume key and the on key at the same time. See if that works. Sometimes it does. And make sure that your power lead is in. Sounds like the girls are having quite a nice chat up there, Andy. Makes a change.
Probably still talking about what's going on.
Yeah, the girls have been glued to the news all day. And they're like, aren't these people just idiots? Yeah. Dum, dum, dum. Will Hannah be able to go to work? Yes, she'll be absolutely fine. It's opposite direction and only, you know, a 20-minute walk away. The volume down and the power at the same time, Caroline, just try that. Oh, hi, Kelly. Having some food? I have family in Liverpool and said it reminds me of the Toxteth riots. So crazy. Yeah, I remember the Toxteth riots. Not near me, of course, but I do remember it happening. And there's been sort of riots on and off. Every so often, we every sort of 10-ish years, we tend to have a riot, don't we? For something. I actually, I don't get me wrong, sympathy for a politician is something I would never have, but I actually quite feel for Keir Starmer at the moment, because brand new Prime Minister, only a month or so in the job, and already he's having to deal with this garbage. But as I said, the good thing is that he said that everybody involved will be punished. But, in terms of balance, the people within the Holiday Inn also need to be brought to account for their part in it, because of some of the stuff I've seen. I'm obviously not police, I'm not an investigator or anything like that. Some of the stuff I've seen on social media from them is reprehensible. Okay, lunch is 12:20. Oh. Everyone has a camera now, plenty of evidence. Yes, and the police here in the UK, the vast majority of them wear body-worn cameras as well. CCTV, facial recognition, things like TikTok and stuff, because, Snapchat, you can download videos and stuff. And even if you've got like some kind of face covering on, there are still ways to recognize them. Still ways. Oh, well and good to say everyone involved will be punished, but how are they going to do that? Well, that's the next question that they've got to answer, isn't it? Because there's no room in prisons or anything like that. But I would imagine that they're not going to arrest everybody all in one fell swoop. They will take the time over it, over a number of months, and kind of work on them a few at a time. Hi, Mal. How are you doing? Excuse me. Loving my nerd hoops. Nicola made me do it. That hashtag's coming out. Somebody tagged me on Instagram with it as well. I don't know if that was you, Mal. No, it wasn't. It was Sussex Stitcher, I think. Tagged me on Instagram with the hashtag Nicola made me do it. It's quite fun, actually. Question about Envy. You've probably said it many times, but is she regular size and regular colours? Yeah, she certainly is. Standard size, and the colour regular colours, which is about 90. Stitch count is 240,000. I bought Envy before Haid even thought about supersizing and max colour and anything like that. So, my my 7 deadly sins, in fact, all of my Martellix, which is about 12, I think, 13, 14 maybe, all of them were bought way before supersizes and max colours and things, colour expansions. So, yeah, regular size, regular colours. So frustrating it didn't work. Oh, I'm really sorry, Carol. Have a Google. If you have another device of your, well, you clearly have another device, otherwise you wouldn't be on my chat, would you, Nicola? Oh, have a Google your make and model of tablet and just put at the end of it won't turn on, and see if there's any other sort of tips or advice there. But my first one was holding those two down. When did supersized max colours come into play? I don't really know, if I'm honest, because after I bought all of my Daleks, lots of things happened. Me and my ex-husband split up, and my mum, and passing away, and all this, all the things that went on in 2013. And me and Andy became a couple. And one thing that I didn't do with any regularity for the first few years of me and him being together was stitch. So I did do a little bit of stitching. I did a bit of commission work. I did a bit when I was working night shifts in the care home. That was fun, trying to keep my scissors away from dementia patients. And when I started this job that I'm in now in 2018, just before this one, I had another job in a call centre. And that's when I bought the Realm and Middle-earth map from Tilton. And that was the biggest piece I'd ever done, or I'd ever bought, because it's like 789,000 stitches. And I didn't sort of really... I just carried on really doing Avarice and the other projects that I got ongoing. Although I was still sort of active on Facebook and things, and saw the Haid group that I am part of, I moderate. And I don't remember exactly when, but I did start to see the supersized max colours come in. So certainly within the last 10 years. That's all I can say, really. Certainly within the last 10 years. But yeah. I've always wondered about max colours. Do they really make a difference in the final look? They can do. I've seen some people who have stitched a regular, a supersize, and a supersized max colour simultaneously. Particularly, I think the one I saw was on one of Amy's bookshelves. And yes, you could see that the detail was greater, that the colour balance was better. So okay, great. That means this collection with all the Sims would look great. Yeah, because they're all the same. They're all the same makeup of pattern, shall we say. A few more chores to finish up before our daughter and her friends come over for dinner, so I'll head out and see you all around next weekend. I'll miss all live streams between Friday afternoon and Monday afternoon. No worries at all, Kelly. Hope to see you soon. And, although you'll miss them actually live, mine are going to be available on replay, so you could always catch up if you wish. No worries at all. Silver Stitches winces at that amount. Yeah, I don't mind a big project if it's one that I absolutely truly love. The only thing I didn't do on my new starts for 2025 video, I didn't specify the stitch counts on those. I think the smallest one is about 30,000 stitches. So some of the pieces next year, although I'm having a lot of starts, they're not all that big. Mal, there's better shading and detail, heavy pictures like Amy Stewart, Josephine Wall, etc. Yeah. But I actually do remember seeing somebody do a comparison of it, you know, of a portion of a stitching shelf, and you really could see the difference. I just wonder if it's available on YouTube somewhere. Might be worth having a search, you know. Amy Stewart cross-stitch comparison. A supersized max colour stitching shelf. I'm excited to start it soon. Mine's a regular size max colour, my stitching shelf. And that's quite nice, I have to say. And She Sleeps is max colour, but regular size. Although because I'm stitching it on 20 count, it looks massive. And of course, my Josephine Wall, supersized max colour, daughter of the deep. I've got one supersized max colour. The fabric I chose is not working, so I'm wondering if, when I can afford it, to go to Latest Glide Needle Cast and some 20 count easy guide fabric. Silver Stitchers, send me an email with the fabric size that you want, including a border on 20, because I've got a bolt of 20 count and I will happily send you a piece of 20 count. Send me an email to my Stitch Picks email address, and I'll get that sorted for you. I've got some Swag Art 20 count and it's gridded. I have to get good at 25 counting up so the super sizes don't turn into bedspreads. Yes, absolutely you will. But I'm doing this one, which is super size max colour. And it is going to be a size of a bedspread. It's going to be huge. Yeah, so yeah, if you send me your size in, Silver Stitchers, send it with you know, a good sort of 2 or 3 inch border all round for framing, and I'll get it in the post. I'll probably post it the same day that I post my model stitch back, which I'm hoping is going to be sort of later end of this week. But yeah, stitchpicks2016@gmail.com, and we'll have a look at that. You know, as well as my cones from my kitchen days, I've got fabric too. So, although I think I've run out of 25 now, or certainly 25 count gridded. I know I've got some 28 though. So I'm good for a while. I'm good for a while for thread, and I'm good for a while with fabric. And of course, you know, the vast majority of the stuff that I'm starting next year has already got its fabric, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Oh, Lauren laughing away upstairs. You know, you've left your little fan on, love.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Oh, excuse me. Is that Fredo? Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, quite happy to send you that. I've had an email today, a wonderful email, that some Stitch Kindness is being sent to me. So I am going to pay it forward and send you that fabric. Dee, 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 dee. Hi, Catherine. I was wondering, do you have a strategy, method or strategy when making a big piece by what you'll start, or would you stitch one colour at a time? Not really. I try and do different methods because it keeps me interested just as much as, you know, whether it's cross stitch or tent stitch or the counter fabric, it keeps me interested. I like to do a stitchy style that keeps me interested. Like this one has got the steps. The Lord of the Rings one I'm doing in columns. I'm doing Daughter of the Deep in 80 by 80 stitch squares. I'm doing snake method along the 10 deep row for Sailing Fairy, typewriter method for stitching shelf, and colour completing for my Lord of the Rings stained glass, mainly because it had a huge amount of black. And I was like, oh, challenge accepted. But no, I just kind of look at the piece and have a think about it and how does it call to me, you know? And it's however it shouts the loudest is the method that I take for it. And how do I manage the back? Quite simple. I don't worry about it. As long as the back is reasonably flat, no lumps, no bumps, if I can help it. I do my best not to worry about it because who's going to be looking at it? I am trying to get this week a video done because I did want to do one of me stitching at the front with a split screen as what you can see underneath as well. So you can see how I kind of work the stitches. But again, time sort of ran away from me a little bit. Didn't get it done. But we're hoping to get it done this week. But yeah, I don't worry about the back if I can help it. I try not to travel to park or to stitch more than about 10 to 15 stitches. And I certainly would only jump into the next square. I wouldn't jump into the next but one. For example, here, if I'm parking from this square, I'd either park it in that square or that square. Possibly this one, but I would never park it in this one. Because to me, that's too far, if that makes sense.
Are you up?
Hey, kiddo.
Just nipping down to see what's been talked about so far.
We've been talking about you.
Anything more on Sky News, Molly?
They've had.
Thanks, Nicola Catherine from Canada. No worries at all. Anytime. I'm curious if you have posture tips. I seem to be incapable of sitting normally on the couch. I have to have my feet tucked and find my shoulders and hips get quite mad after a long stitchy sesh. Yes, I do. Because I used to work in a care home, so I have an understanding of moving and handling and biomechanics. So the way I stitch is straight back, supported at the base, in the, you know, in the natural curve of your back. I have my arm, my right arm, which is the main one that I use, supported on a cushion on the arm of the chair. I have my feet flat on the floor, very important. My feet flat on the floor, no cross legs, no legs tucked underneath me or anything like that, just my feet flat on the floor and a hip width apart. And I don't sit for too long. I try and get up, you know, every hour. Or you know, or after you know, I'm doing a live stream, so it's going to be a bit longer than an hour. But I certainly wouldn't be sat for more than 2 hours without moving. And regular stops and stretches. Make sure your shoulders are nice and loose before you start. And as silly as it sounds, try and relax your shoulders. Just sort of think, are my shoulders relaxed? Are my shoulder, am I keeping tension in my shoulders? If you are, pull them down, stop them from being so tense, because that can, you know, have a huge effect as well. Because the more tense your muscles are, the more pain you're going to get in your joints. Can you also show the back when finishing a stitch? Yes, no problem. That's also planned in that video, Sandy. No worries at all. And it's hard to see, you know, about how I finish a stitch and what I do with my hands from the front. Well, you can't see it, can you? So, yeah, no problem. I have to tell myself to relax my shoulders all the time. If I don't pay attention, they end up by my ears. Yep. As silly as it sounds, actually for me goes back to when I was breastfeeding my girls when they were little, because the midwife used to say you need to pull your shoulders down and relax them, because otherwise your upper body won't work. And I find myself, obviously I do a lot of stitching, and I find myself not relaxing my shoulders. And I just remembered that she said, if you want your upper body to work, you have to relax it. And it kind of just resonated with me, and it's something I've always, you know, sort of done now. Make sure that when I'm stitching, I do everything I can to keep my upper body relaxed. Not easy. Not easy at all. Some days I'm just like, no. Having the stand up at an appropriate height as well. Bring the work to you rather than you moving to the work. But yeah, having enough support around you, cushioning the base of your back. Every so often I just stretch out my legs and, you know, do some ankle circles as well. Sometimes I just stretch out my whole body when I'm sat down. But as well as that, I mean, if you've ever sort of worked in an office environment and had somebody look at, you know, your chair and stuff, and, you know, fitting you for an office chair, then same kind of thing. I have to go. Thanks for a lovely chat, Nicola. No worries at all, Ebony. And listen, you reach out to me if you need, just even if it's just a few words to say, look, you're doing great, or I'm having a wobble, you know, just reach out. It's no problem at all. Okay, we got your back. Oh, quick drink. Brilliant. Cheers, Silver Stitches. I'll get that cut and get it sent to you this week. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Ugh. Bum, bum, bum. Very quiet. Is there any more news from this then, Andy?
Interesting. Rotherham chit chat group. there's a guy that said it started in Rotherham. Whether he means
What or the
whether,
town?
Whether it, yeah, but it was only 25 minutes ago. Whether it means town centre or not, I don't know.
Well, somebody did say on that group that they were heading towards, quote, Rotherham Central. Oh, dear.
Where exactly?
What do you do with the finished piece? Do you frame it or hang it? Does it become a piece of your home decor? I frame them or make them into hangings depending on the piece. And yes, they do make home decor. You know, I've got my princess who's next in line to be finished, and Hannah is already deciding where it's going to go in the house. I've got a steampunk seahorse that's framed and ready to go up. I need to make autumn waltz into a cushion still. They're going to be cushion fronts. But yeah, I frame them, I keep them, I gift them, you know, depending on what it is that I've stitched. Steampunk seahorse, yes. The one I had was from Etsy, from Bright Unicorn Designs or something, Light Unicorn Designs, but it's my understanding that it was a design that was based on one from the Cross Stitch Studio. I think it was the Cross Stitch Studio. Or Cross Stitch for Everyone, one of them. I think the Cross Stitch Studio. So I actually stopped showing it because I realised, you know, I was told then that it was a design that was not the original. It was not, I didn't buy it from the original designer, which I was quite angry about, actually. There you go. Katinka saw YouTuber Animal Instinct today, and she mentioned your Year of the Gecko. Yeah, I saw that too. I have yet to watch the video, but I've had a notification I've been mentioned in a video, and I know that she's a big Gecko Rouge stitcher. She's messaged me on Instagram before now and said that she is. I will be getting back to her. So yes, the Year of the Gecko, the culmination of doing all these starts after all these kits that I have acquired for the last couple of years. Let's get them all started. Hey Enid, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Bum, 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 bum. Oh dear. Not great, frustrated. That doesn't sound good. It's 102F and I'm trapped indoors for days just getting angry. Oh no. How come you're trapped indoors, Enid? What, Gibbs? Are you just not able to go out, or? Too hot, awful. Oh, yeah, air quality. It'll pass. You'll soon be able to get back out again, I'm sure. I understand your frustration. My mum used to be like that. There were some days she just couldn't handle it. Well, her body couldn't handle it. I think I found it. It's a charming piece. Yeah, it's lovely, that steampunk seahorse. It really is. I thoroughly enjoyed stitching it. but I was, like I said, the shine kind of went off it when I found out that the one I got wasn't the original design. Kids still out of school, just chaos and mayhem. Yeah, we've got riots over here in the UK at the moment, Enid, so I hear you. And not far away from me, but fortunately we're not affected. Well, Hannah and Lauren are keeping an eye on the news because potentially they're moving around. Anything else, love?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Doing all right on this one tonight. If I actually got the right square, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Oh, they're very sticky in Quebec then. Heat wave. The weather just seems to be all over the place this year. Well, 1 minute boiling hot, the next minute cold. I mean, I was still wearing my winter hoodie last month because I was just too cold. Hey, you can have some of our rain, Enid. We're fed up of it. Every time I think it's going to be a nice day to actually go out and do something, it chucks it down with rain. I want to live somewhere warm by the beach. We had a lovely few days of weather when we were on holiday. Yeah. I just want to sit somewhere I would just want to be somewhere with a big window and an ocean view. I can people watch. I can choose whether or not to open the window. I can go and buy fish and chips and sit and stitch by the sea. That is my dream. To have a house by the sea. No worries at all, Sandy. It's usually in summer, like a tea storm blows through, dumps 2 inches of rain and leaves. It's incredibly nice. It's funny because when me and Andy go out, especially if we're like somewhere that's really picturesque or near the sea or whatever, I'm like, oh, look at that house. Got a lovely big window. I'd sit in that big window and I'd stitch. And it's now even got to the point that the girls have got, oh, look at that house, Mum, it's got big windows. Quite funny. be too busy watching the sea and no stitching being done. For me, it's the sound of water. Now, whether that be the sea or a lake or a river, if I can hear the sound of water, I'd love it. For me, I think an ideal would be something like an old mill house where there's a water wheel. I'd love that. And of course, you know, when it's warm like this, if you sat by a river or whatever, it tends to be a bit cooler. You sat by running water. I love the sound of water too, but it makes me want to pee. I think you get used to it, wouldn't you, after a while? Gail, I'm lucky I live near a river and waterfalls. Love it. Ooh. Was that where you went on your walk the other day that I saw the pictures of, Gail? We really liked it when we went to Thornton Force. Do you remember that, Andy?
Yes.
It really was a force of nature. Sounds lovely, Gail, so peaceful. You and the dog. Ah. I bet the pupper loves it too. Loves the water. Ah. Sounds like our Lauren's just gone in the bath.
Bit late.
Mm. Well, she's been too busy reading about what's gone on the thing, hasn't she? Too busy watching the news. Don't know about living near water. I can hear the rain on my windows now. Does that count? I live in 2 minutes from a nature reserve. Yeah, we've got a few up here near us. We've got a reservoir just down the road with a nature trail and all sorts of bits and bobs. It's just getting out to him, isn't it? I've just been scrolling through Cross Stitch Studio. I could be saying Nicola almost maybe do it. Empty Pocket Syndrome, so many gorgeous pieces. Yeah. Yeah, some beauties on there. I haven't got anything from the Cross Stitch Studio. Could almost talk myself into it, couldn't I? There's a group on Facebook called 4 Fabulous Full Coverage Designers. And it's got the Cross Stitch Studio, Cross Stitch for Everyone, Pain Free Crafts, and Charting Creations in there. And it's quite a nice group actually. And you know, you get sort of releases, and sometimes there's like special offers or a free chart and that kind of thing. So definitely worth checking out 4 Fabulous Full Coverage Designers. The other one that I if I hadn't have found the piece at the Big Stitch, the other one that I may have used was actually a Charting Creations one, and it was a seahorse, not a steampunk one, but a really beautiful blue and green seahorse. But I found a piece that I wanted. Well, I found the dragon, the ice dragon. So we're going with that. I looked it up and it has a question. I'm not sure how to answer, as I've nothing from any of their companies. Was it something like, what's your favourite chart? If so, I'd just put one that you would like rather than one that you actually have. It depends on what the question is, of course. I think mainly group questions are to prevent spammers. Yeah, please tell us the pattern name and design of your current work in progress or your most recent finish. Doesn't matter if it's not from them. I think what they're asking for is just really to prove that you're not a bot. We had one in Heaven and Earth Designs, and obviously it was a bot that answered the question. So yeah, just put something that you've got ongoing at the moment in there. I don't think they're offended if it's not one of theirs. The idea of the group is to share their designs so you can have a look at them. So right, that's another square filled in. I am moving back up to the orange, I think, because this square is full of confetti and I don't want to do it tonight. Oh, I hear a cat up. Thought she was quite cheeky, sticking her head in on my new starts for next year. She wouldn't leave us alone. She was just meowing. Called Tinker. Oh, I'm blurry again. You're very quiet, dear. Busy on your phone.
I wouldn't say busy.
Hey?
I wouldn't say busy.
What would you say then? Focused?
That's nearer the mark, yeah.
Ah.
I need to get up because otherwise I'll stay there all bloody night.
I hope you kept all the Freddo wrappers you found under the sofa. That would have blown her mind. No, because there is usually at least one a day. Look, even here, look.
Are you going to flick it, Fred?
Don't know. Angel, she's looking. She'll probably just sniff it and walk away now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what cats do. That's what this cat does.
I went into the office a couple of weeks back and I'd made a little crochet comforter for a little boy who'd had a crochet comforter and it had become undone. And so I just sort of sat and made this like a doily for him. And I got a packet of Freddos for my trouble.
Because people know you like Freddos.
Yeah.
This is a simple fact.
And a lovely thank you card. Cats don't have owners, they have staff. That is very true.
We normally say they have slaves. That one definitely has slaves.
Yeah. Catherine's coming in from Facebook saying, I'm so looking forward to the cooler weather back home. 1 more month for a few weeks. My 1 year anniversary for my hubby's ashes scattering. So looking forward to closing one chapter and starting another. Ah, Catherine.
I'm hearing sirens outside.
Oh, blimey. My hairbrush has vanished. Oh dear, Enid. That isn't good. When mine vanishes, it's normally because I've got one of two long-haired girls that think that they can just nick it. No. Borrowers are at it again, yeah. Hi, Clover Stitcher. I've been listening while I did some chores. Now I can sit down and stitch with you. Ah, lovely. How are you doing? Can't get my needles threaded. Come on. That's it. Stop being silly, camera. Dear, Okay. What are you going to be stitching on? Well, they are rather demanding at times, but we love them. I don't love her when she bursts into my bedroom at 5 a.m, meowing, purring and dribbling at me for food. I mean, I'm about to get up anyway, but still. Stitching shelf, I've become monogamous. Ah. And how far through are you? Are you doing regular size max colour or super size max colour or regular size regular colours? What gives? How are you stitching that on stitching shelf today? Sounds like Andy's getting all domestic in the washing up. %, regular extended colour. Ah. My little kitty June plays fetch and brings me hair ties to throw at 3 a.m. I don't have kids, but this is close enough. Yeah, she likes the hair tie thing. Desire Angel. But she likes the Freddo wrappers because they crinkle. Which could be a monogamous stitcher or monogamous in anything, really. My muse is like a group of children in a sweet shop, surrounded by puppies and kittens. Any squirrels thrown in? Mine would be a squirrel. Yeah, definitely have squirrels. Red squirrels. They've got to be red squirrels. They're my favourite. I remember seeing red squirrels when I was a little girl. Absolutely falling in love with them, thinking they were the cutest things. Last saw them, red squirrels, a few years ago in Poland. There's a lot of red squirrels over there. Absolutely gorgeous. This is my norm too, but lately I pushed to get this to 20% by my birthday Tuesday. Nope, not going to happen, but I'm okay with my progress. Oh, happy birthday for Tuesday. Hope you get lots of stitchy goodness. You're very welcome. So if you can hear the washing up, as you guys know, it's very real. When you're on a video of mine, life carries on around me.
Sweetheart, if it's all the same with you, I'm going to go upstairs and lay in bed.
Okay.
I'm quite
I'm
tired.
tired. Yeah, no, Robert, no worries. I'll see you when I'm up. We sleep downstairs when Andy's children are here, and I think that's made him tired. So, and he's not coping very well with the heat. Yeah, he's fine. He's absolutely fine. He's been a little warm for the last couple of days, but just a little tired, I think. Which, to be fair, I get because I'm feeling the same way. I woke up in the night last night, and because obviously we sleep downstairs on like a makeshift bed, it hurts your hips a little bit and your back and what have you. But yeah, he's fine. Absolutely fine. Hello, Angela from Waxahachie, Texas. Please tell me I got that right. I am known to butcher names. How many stitches have I done so far today? So I've marked off 1,535. I did 1,200 before I started the stream. So I'm aiming to finish the square to give me around 1,600 today. And I also did 200 on She Sleeps. Four hours of overtime this morning. Busy. I always get it right. Thanks, Angela. Thanks, Patsy and Silver Stitches. Sounds like a bit of a conflab going on upstairs. I can hear them all. You're doubling my stitches weekly. I'm averaging 4,000 to 5,000. 4,000 to 5,000 is great. But, you know, it's like I've always said, I tend to have more time than the average stitcher. Working from home, I'm an early riser, and I have an Andy. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do quite so much. But he knows that I absolutely love my hobby. So for him, it's just like a no-brainer that he just leaves me to get on with it. Do with my people who can park threads, but yeah, actually I try to do that, I'll get it all knotted up. Yeah, it takes a bit of practice. But because I have a brain that likes order and routine, it works for me. So I have a lot of time being a caregiver, and that helps my stitch count, but I tend to daydream. Andy's a wonderful husband. He sure is. I was watching a guy on YouTube today does bookbinding. I sat fascinated how they did any stitching. It was one of those times you didn't realise you'd stop stitching. Yeah. I get that. You know, I was watching a documentary the other day, and it was about Fabergé and Fabergé eggs. It's quite an old documentary, and it popped up on my YouTube suggestions because I'm quite interested in, you know, royal jewellery, and Fabergé eggs were royal jewels. And I spent so much time just looking up at the screen and just watching these jewelers' displays of these beautiful eggs. I just like, oh my God, I haven't stitched. I was like, Andy, if you see me not stitching, just give me a nudge. Sometimes though, you can just sort of get into something and it becomes so mesmerizing you completely forget what you were doing. What have I done there? Oh, the right thing. Well, what a silly thing I've done there. Haven't done enough stitches. Duh. I just found my hairbrush few, almost went insane. Panic over the Enid. There, that's better. I am aiming to get the square finished before I end this stream, so can I make it in under 2 hours? Probably not. So we're going to go slightly over. I'm sure you guys won't mind. And then that will take me to 1600 for the day. I've got less than 50 to do. So I'm seated in the living room. My daughter used it, which is fine. Just put it back in its drawer. Yeah, I hear you on that one too. They probably like what you're doing up here. We weren't arguing. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I read that properly in my head now. Yeah, they're all having a conflab with Andy. Would a hot cup of soothes nerves? Is that a fallacy? Yes, it does. Absolutely, it does. Go and have a cuppa. I have long, crazy hair. I must have a hairbrush at all times. I used to be like that. I used to have hair I could sit on. If I don't drop my needle. Managed to prick my finger yesterday, straight it down in the middle of the pad, my index finger on my left hand. I was like, ow. I want to have my hair done. I am thinking of a messy pixie with colours of a tortoiseshell cat. Ooh. The thing is that those colours would probably grow out quite quickly from a pixie, wouldn't they? Too cheap to splash out for a haircut. They're crazy expensive, even at the bargain haircuts place. Yeah. Well, I've kind of got into the habit of getting mine done now, because my hairdresser will tell you, I'm terrible in the habit of letting it just grow long, and then she just literally cuts off the ponytail. I do not understand why cutting men's hair is so cheap compared to women having their hair cut. Leslie, I'm sure that's not all you said. Nope. See, for me, it's dead easy with Andy because I have a set of clippers here, which I'm quite prepared to use. No problem on him. And he gets his done for free. And he has the same number clipper all the way around. And it takes me 10 minutes to do it. Girls will occasionally ask me to trim. Well, Hannah will occasionally, because she doesn't go to the hairdressers. Lauren does. Hannah will occasionally ask me to trim her hair, which I happily do. What you need to do is you need to find somebody like a builder with a level. I saw somebody do it with a laser level, cut his missus's hair. Brilliant. Right. I just went from midway down my back to a pixie. Couldn't take the heat this year. Yeah, that's what I did last year. Last year my hair was sort of mid-back, all one length. And then in, I think it was October time, maybe November, I had it cut short because it was all part of the new me when I started losing this weight. So parked something in the wrong place. Fortunately, I know what I'm doing. Not often I park in the wrong place. Do that for my hubby too. Yeah, part of your reason as well. Down £80. Way to go. That's fantastic. I am at 94.5 so far. There's 14 to go and I get to my goal. No. Units down 26. Snag Nabbit, best thing ever invented. I got one and I never use it. Terrible. wrong. There. Wish I had long hair, but it's thin and awful. Oh dear. I wish it was more, but I'm losing about £4 a week, so more isn't required. No, absolutely not. Anything one, you know, when you get to a certain amount as well, £1 to £2 a week is healthy to lose. You know, you don't want to be losing much more than that. The faster you lose it, the faster you can potentially gain it back. Four more colours to do, chaps, and this square is done. Less than 20 stitches to go. Hey, I sound like Nick Karen. Less than 20 stitches to go. You lot better stop losing weight because I keep finding it. Oh dear, Patsy. Well, it wasn't me. Bum, bum, bum. Good for everyone that's losing. Thanks, Caroline. Yeah. I think there's a few of us on this journey of self-improvement. It's good to do. Well, this is quite short. And get threaded. You might have noticed as well I've switched to a ball tip needle for this one, because I think I'm kind of a convert to them now. Hashtag Sandy made me do it. I've had one of the Peacemaker's needles out as well. Do need to do a needle review. What are you looking at, Kat? Are you waiting for Hannah to come and feed you? Chitter-chattering upstairs. Come on. Well, I've gone beyond the 2 hours, haven't I? 2 hours and 4 minutes so far, but we're almost there. It's good because my bottom's about to fall to sleep. That was good. Not. Don't know my own strength, do I, when I'm managing to pull the needle off the thread? Well, not that you have to be particularly strong, eh? Okay. That's them. Couple more and we're done. Hannah? Right. That is the last one. That's 400 done this sesh, which makes 1600 today. And 1800 including she sleeps. Beautiful. Just move it back a touch. So I did some stitches on this dark bit earlier today, but then across this one, and we've got, you know, I've got a big stitching area here. Might have to move the hoop for a bit. Right, so thank you all very much indeed for joining me this evening. Look at this mess of park threads, eh? Thanks all very much for joining me. FlossTube Tuesday, live on Wednesday, Stitch with Me Thursday and Saturday, ASMR and alternative this week. So yeah, take care everybody. Silver Stitches, I've got your email, I'll be looking at that. Patsy, don't forget to send me your email, and we'll get that sorted. But other than that, I'm off, chaps, and I shall see you next week if you're not joining me Wednesday. All right, you take care. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.